So, Daniel, welcome to the Fashion Effect. My
Yes.
name is Jude, and today we are lucky enough to have you here to be interviewed and hopefully put up on our podcast so people can get to know you, look
Yes.
you up, and collaborate with you. Can you tell us more about yourself? You are in marketing.
Yeah, so I do a little bit of everything. So my name is Daniel Luckett. That's my government, but I'm also an artist as well. And I go by Entre Luche, and I've traveled and toured around the country as a artist and performer. But on the business side, I created a model networking community. I have an email list of over 650 models that I've worked with throughout the Midwest, doing movie, short films, collaborative projects, doing stuff in marketing and working with like bigger organizations as well, creative directing, doing commercials, like the whole nine. But as of more recently, I became a talent manager and I'm facilitating brand deals and partnerships with content creators and fashion models and stuff like that. So that's kind of the main meat and potatoes of who I am.
So, you wear a lot of hats, is what I hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots of hats. So, working with models, being a creative, being an artist,
Yes.
working in marketing, brand deals, and now you're working to you like what is it? Gaining talent or seeking out talent?
Yeah, I guess both.
Both?
Gaining and seeking. I feel like, in this game, especially being in Iowa, it's about curating leverage because we don't have a very big market. So you have to be valuable in the spaces that you go. And that doesn't necessarily mean being a singer or being the person in front of the camera. Sometimes it means being valuable behind the camera. And so that's everything that it is that I am, just trying to add value. And one of the ways that I saw that I could add value, I have history of getting sponsorships and brand deals and partnerships for myself. So I'm like, how can I leverage that to create value for others? And working with people in the fashion industry, working with models and people who curate content, they got to eat outside of, doing, walking on runway or, print, commercial print or whatever. Like there's other ways to eat. And I just like to be that education of like, hey, no, like this is how you can leverage where you are and get a few extra dollars, but also that association of brands, you know what I'm saying?
Like campaigns, right?
Right, exactly. Can really big up your career, and that's my focus.
So, and this is just me taking more time to kind of understand what you're all about. Do you help with curating campaigns and gaining sponsorship? And do you help the models and whoever you're working with curate their, let's see, like portfolio in order to kind of expand on their work or in their field at all?
So in short, yes, I do all of that. I do. I guess if we're like putting a finalized label, brand development
Brand development.
would be the best way to articulate what it is that I do. From the very base beginning, helping building a portfolio, I have access to photographers, videographers. I host networking events. And then also after that, once you've really built a foundation, then the actual like bringing other brands in to help facilitate. I would say that that would be the best way to describe what it is that I do.
So you're sitting in a lot of meetings, right? A lot of meeting around the clock.
Yes.
Just got to know it. Oh my goodness. And I know I'm supposed to be asking you, like, what is your most recent project that you were really proud of and what you're doing on the side, but I feel like you've already answered that. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us here today about yourself, about your work, or any kind of aspiration that you have for your future?
An aspiration that I have for my future. I'm working with a media company based out of Atlanta. We're working on some content curation days in Atlanta, Dallas, and Houston. Really just want to showcase and let everybody know that, we're doing work in Iowa, we're doing good work, but also focused on pioneering and expanding outside of that, and really bridging the gap, because that's truly what we need, is people advocating and bridging the gap, and showcasing the value that us Iowans have in these other spaces. So, I mean, honestly, I could tell you a whole bunch of things, but I think that the main thing is, if you're about building your brand and really trying to grow in your business and understanding that aspect, I'm definitely someone that you should give a call to.
And how can people find you? Where are we going to find you?
Oh, yes. So I'll do my full slogan. What's
Yeah.
up, everybody? It's your boy, Entree. No appetizer, baby. I'm the main entree, you dig. But you can follow me at EL_official music on my Instagram. I have a whole beacons and all my links, contact information there. That's the best way to lock in with me, for real.
That's great. I'll make sure to put that on the screen.
No, you're good.
So I'm going to drag our conversation back to where we started before
Yeah.
the cameras were recording, and tell me, you said you work with sports media too?
Yeah, so my brother owns a Black-owned marketing company called Coco Creative. And so he's worked with the Timberwolves, the Twins. He also teaches at Iowa State, by the way, working with athletes and like sports marketing and everything like that. So me and him work kind of in tandem. And he brings me on a lot of his projects. But one of the things that I also got to work on was with a company called Octane, which has converted to a D1 Sports. And I brought models and teams in to do content for their events as they went around the country. And we partnered with NFL players and NBA players to host those events. And so, yeah, they just brought me in as someone to kind of help facilitate getting content. And we did that here. At Iowa State with Brock Purdy, the quarterback for the 49ers. And we also went to Minnesota and did that with Justin Jefferson. And it was really cool because that specific camp got picked up by NFL Films, and it was featured on the Netflix series Receivers. So, you know, you don't really see my face for real. You know what I'm saying? They do show the camp. You see a black man like running by, but that's that's about it.
That's you? Is that you down there?
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, I know that shirt. That's my shirt right there. But
No.
but yeah, so stuff like that. So I work with a lot of different projects in like creative directing and facilitating, but that's a part of that, like curating leverage and just like being that connector piece if they need people to get social media content, they need photos, they need video, BTS behind the scenes, what it actually looks like. We did a lot of interviews that day. That's the kind of thing that I do, and again, event coordinating and stuff too.
That is a lot. That is a lot. And it's a good lot, right? Because every person in this like industry, I would say, any creative I've met, has never actually just done the one specific thing that they tell me they do. You can be an artist today, but tomorrow, I'm working in commercials, I'm working in script writing, I'm working in a costume and set design.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, wow, you really have to have, you know, your hand in every pond, like, you know, put your toe in every pond, whatever it is. And you become this person who has leverage, right? Because you are almost, I don't know, pliable, flexible, and you can do pretty much anything that they ask. So you're not disposable. You're indispensable. Is that the right word?
I believe so. Correct us if we're
Irreplaceable.
wrong.
Beyonce.
Irreplaceable. You must not know about me.
You must not know about me. I love that. And yeah, to become irreplaceable, you know, gives you that leverage that you need to be able to make these contacts.
Yeah.
And I guess I might just have to snag you for myself. TFE needs a little bit of help. We need a little bit more leverage. Because we too want to make it known that we exist here in the Midwest. We are trying to curate content to showcase the talent that's here. We're trying to really bring in opportunities from outside to here instead of always traveling from here to there.
Facts.
And it just creates this community of designers, fashion creators, and creatives all in one space, and we can have our own fashion week. We can have our own potential,
Yes.
listings, and it makes us feel important. So thank you for the work that you're doing, because you're
you.
going out there and you're putting Iowans on the map.
Yes, yes, and you got to. And I feel like a really, really important thing is like, it's not about necessarily doing everything, but I feel like I excel in being an artist. But part of excelling being an artist is understanding that I don't know everything, but looking to gain understanding in the areas that I know that are valuable, and being self-sufficient. I had to gain all of these other tools in order to be valuable to myself. And as I kind of built those tools over time, they became valuable to others. And I was an athlete. I went to college for classical and jazz, voice and piano, but I also played basketball. And after college, I wanted to really pursue music. And I'm like, one of my friends at the time, they had ended up getting me into this TV series, this TV show as an extra. And they were like, you should really, really do this. And I thought it was going to be like a one-time thing. And what I didn't realize was like all of the experience from being an athlete. Well, the show was focused on athletes. So they needed someone who could actually bench press and look real. They needed someone who's been in practices, sports practices, and could actually look authentic running routes and da 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 da. So it went from that to me actually being featured in the series. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that being an athlete would have correlated into helping me do more in acting. You know what I'm saying? And so, and it's the same thing in this kind of space. It's like creating value. You may not walk in the door as a model. You may walk in the door as helping other people, but you having this space that people don't necessarily know about, you can add value in that area, and now you win. You got exactly what it is that you were looking for in the space that you were looking for, but the entry point wasn't exactly that. And so, yeah, it's just having that wisdom and understanding of every room. They're not going to be like, oh, you're this. Nah, you may have to be the person that's the number 2 assistant, but when your time comes and they need someone of value, you can step in, and that may blow up your career.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's all about enrichment and pivoting. I feel like that's what I'm getting, is that you
Say it again. No.
It's all about enrichment and pivoting.
Yes.
Pivot. Yeah, because I don't really think, much like the people I've met and spoke to, and kind of like yourself, your story you're telling me, it's you start at one point, but there's all these other connections and connecting points that kind of enrich your experience, your conversation piece, that enrich your ability to kind of contribute to whatever project you're working on. And that is something, like you said, that's invaluable. You can't replace somebody who has years of experience in multiple careers and filling multiple shoes.
Yes.
It can't happen. They can't replace you with AI, essentially, is what I'm saying. Copilot has nothing on you. You're good. You're fine. You've secured yourself.
I'm trying to secure the bag, everybody. Secure the bag. Yes.
I'm securing the pennies. I'm pretty happy. But it's been lovely having you. You've been, I hope people go to your page and start looking at what you do, looking at your project.
Yes.
Start booking you, because you're not only amazing to talk to, but wow, you have you have a lot under your belt. You're not just an artist.
Yes.
Clearly you're not. And that's going to be great.
That was the whole goal. Shout out to my mentors for pouring into me and seeing more than just music, but seeing someone who could potentially be a pioneer in our landscape. And so shout out to them, and I'm appreciative, and thank you so much for having me and allowing me the opportunity to share a little bit of my story. And yes, I'm always here to help.
Yeah, feel free to come back.
Oh, of
if
course.
we do this again.
We love Iowa State. What you mean?
Yeah, we love Iowa State. Run it back. We got to hear more about these athletes. We got to hear more about your campaigns, what you're doing out in Atlanta. If you meet Sexy Red, tell her I'm right here. I love her.
I'll tell you off the camera when the time that I met Tiana Taylor, it was literally insane.
You met the goddess herself?
Yes, it was
kinda hate you right now.
so random. It was so random. It was on her
Tiana
birthday.
Taylor.
Yeah. I was shooting a music video out there, and it was her birthday, and it was so random. But yeah, I'll tell you about it. It was hilarious.
So we're gonna end it here, so I can get the tea. Thank you so much for being on,
No,
and we
thank
look
you.
forward to seeing you again.
Yes.
Yeah.